For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic. Before the Dark Times. Before the Empire.
I am no Jedi.
This is the way.
Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
The Force will be with you, always.
Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Chris's Cantina, the second installment. I know I didn't do one last week. I should have, but you know, life goes on. Life goes on. We thrive through the times. I'm still adjusting the format of the show anyway, still doing some test runs of it. But essentially, if you're new here, this is my weekly, bi-weekly, once a month, who knows, my Star Wars show called Chris's Cantina, obviously, where I cover the latest Star Wars news, give you guys personal updates on what I've been doing Star Wars related in my life. I would like to eventually take questions. Again, I need to figure out exactly how I'm going to go about that, so it's all a learning process. But another big draw of the show is I make a drink or food that is Star Wars based every week. This week you guys will be very disappointed in me, but I had to get this episode out because of how big the Star Wars news was for the Star Wars world. I had to go ahead and bite the bullet and get the news out. I'll still have a drink. We'll rig it to make it Star Wars related. So you can hit the dislike button if you want, because I know that's probably disappointing for a lot of you out there. The first episode was great, a lot of fun. I made blue milk, talked about my Fallen Order replay, Rebels update, Mina Masood possibly being Ezra Bridger. I'll put a link up above. There was a lot of great stories that week, but nothing's going to top this episode for quite some time. I can tell you that right now. First of all, if you're new here, my name is Chris. I love Star Wars. I got the Mandalorian shirt on. I got Baby Yoda in the background. Grogu, excuse me. And then Darth Maul Pop. I got the original trilogy posters, a bunch of Star Wars stuff. I love talking Star Wars. Again, I don't claim to be the all-knowing Star Wars guy. I don't know a lot. I haven't even really read books. I'm still working my way through Rebels. I got 13 episodes left, so I don't claim to be some Star Wars mastermind. I'm just a fan of Star Wars and have been for most of my life, actually since I was about 3. So there you have it. But before we get into this video, definitely hit the like button. Comment down below all of your thoughts on the news. I guess I should save that for the end. I don't know. I'm not even going to edit this thing. This is going to be the most laid-back thing you've ever seen. But I almost gave it away. Before we get into this, I have to have a drink. This is Chris's Cantina, right? So we're going to make what I like to call a smuggler's soda. What is a smuggler's soda, you might ask? Well, I have my cup, my glass cup with some ice, go dogs, and I have a drink. It's a smuggler's soda. I feel like Han Solo might order this if he was trying to smuggle. I'm opening it. What is it? Dr. Pepper. First of all, it's good, but it can be better. We're going to pour it over ice. Look at that fizz. Foam, or carbonation ASMR. Yep. That's going to be my beverage for the Chris's Cantina today. A little smuggler soda action, we're going to call it. But yeah. Also, before I get into this, this is out of just me enjoying the product. It has nothing to do with like a advertising or anything. This is literally just me shouting out a very cool company. That is Ember Cases on Instagram. They have a website. I ordered this really sick case from them. It's the Anakin versus Obi-Wan fight on Mustafar, and then you've got the iconic quote, which I'm going to try and get off the top of my head without looking at this case. Ready? Case is right here. Case is down. I have brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my new empire. Your new empire? Don't make me kill you. Anakin, my allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy. If you're not with me, then you're my enemy. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must. You will try. I brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my empire. Your new empire, don't make me kill you. Anakin, my allegiance is to the Republic, democracy. If you're not with me, then you're my enemy. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must. You will try. 100% correct. Round of applause. I did it right. I finally did not misquote something, which is rarity. Also, cheers. Stuff's addicting. Shout out Cam. She left that Dr. Pepper at my house, so I had the drink for the stream. Also, look at this. It looks almost white in the ring light, but yeah. This is super laid back if you couldn't tell already. We're going to get into it here in a second. I rolled the intro, so we got that. And we're going to talk about the Obi-Wan show right out of the gate. The big one, right out of the gate. Obi-Wan Kenobi is my most anticipated show, TV show, movie, in general for the foreseeable future. I even tweeted that when this was announced, and that's been something that I've felt for a while. It's not just because of this cast announcement. This cast announcement solidified it, though. First of all, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi, iconic as hell. I mean, I grew up watching this guy as Obi-Wan in the prequels. Obi-Wan's always been one of my favorite characters of all time, so he's finally getting a show, 6 episodes. It's taking place after Revenge of the Sith, before New Hope, and Kathleen Kennedy at Disney Investor Day, quote, and I quote, said it's going to be the rematch of the century. Hayden Christensen's coming back as Darth Vader. He's still got a little Anakin Skywalker in him, though. If you've seen Rebels, you know what I'm talking about. There's a certain scene with him and Ahsoka. So there's a lot to dive into there. I think we see another duel probably in the final episode, and that's going to shatter streaming records. Obliterate streaming records. You think that WandaVision's doing well? The Falcon Winter Soldier is giving issues to the streaming servers at Disney. Oh, they're in for a rude awakening. They better get on their game before then, because when you start dropping Star Wars content and Marvel content every week, and sometimes they're going to overlap, which we'll probably talk about later in this episode, you got to be ready. You got to be ready, and I'm concerned that their servers might not be able to handle what Obi-Wan Kenobi has in store, because here's the cast. Ewan McGregor is Obi-Wan, Hayden Christensen is Darth Vader, Moses Ingram, Joel Edgerton coming back as Uncle Owen, and Bonnie PSA, excuse me, I pronounced the last name wrong, that is going to be Aunt Beru. And they also were reprising, whatever you want to say, potato, their roles from, the prequel trilogy. The carbonation gets me. So that's exciting. But it doesn't end there. We've got Kumail Nanjiani, who I love in The Big Sick. It's a very slept-on rom-com from 2017. He can do no wrong. He's coming into the MCU and Star Wars universe like that in the span of a few months, I'm assuming, because Eternals will be 2017. Not 2017. November. Why did I just say 2017? November of this year, and then a few months later, he's going to be in Kenobi, because Kenobi's 2022. Then we've got Indira Varma, who I recognize from Game of Thrones. She's one of the Sand Sisters, I want to say, like in cahoots with Oberyn. She does a great job there. She's definitely going to play someone interesting. I mean, she seems like a great actress, a great character actress, so I'm excited to see her. Rupert, the list is too far from my face. Rupert Friend, who I have definitely recognized the face. I haven't seen him in anything, I don't think. O'Shea Jackson Jr., who's in Godzilla King of the Monsters. I think he might be in, what's that movie called? Straight Outta Compton, which I haven't seen. Sung Kang, who plays Han in the Fast and Furious franchise. Simone Kessel and Benny Safdie. So I haven't heard of Simone Kessel, but I think I may have. Honestly, don't know. But Benny Safdie is one of the Safdie brothers, known for directing Good Time and Uncut Gems. But notably, he actually starred in Good Time. He, alongside Robert Pattinson, what a great performance he gave in that movie. So that excites me. That cast it's just what we got there. And just based off that alone, I'm hype, right? But take into account all the characters they didn't announce. For example, I firmly believe we will see Ahsoka Tano in this, but they weren't going to announce Rosario Dawson on this because they want to save that for the show, in my opinion. It would make total sense for Ahsoka to show up in this because of the timeline. It's after Revenge of the Sith, before New Hope, so Rebels, I think it's before Rebels, I'm not sure. I think this is closer to after Revenge of the Sith as opposed to closer to the start of New Hope. I genuinely don't know. I don't know if they've officially announced that. I would assume, though. Because we would see them, Prime Vader and Prime Obi-Wan if we're gonna see that rematch. But I'm not really sure. It's interesting because we see Obi-Wan in Rebels, and he's like, there's an episode where he sees young Luke. So would this take place before that when Luke is even younger? I think it might have to. I don't know. Or because I don't know how they don't want to get too muddled with aligning with Rebels, if you know what I'm trying to say. It's just, I think it has to be before, but we will see. Only time will tell. But yeah, also I wanted to say, like I said, Rosario Dawson, Ahsoka, it would make a lot of sense. But a character who there's no way they would announce that they would save this for the show. By the way, I am holding this the entire time. A character they would save for the show is Liam Neeson's Qui-Gon Jinn, who I firmly believe, no matter what the haters say, no matter what Qui-Gon says in interviews, or Liam Neeson, he's like, I haven't been contacted. I call bull. I know. I have a very strong feeling. I can't confirm it, but I have a strong feeling he's going to show up as a Force ghost, just based on the scene in Revenge of the Sith alone, where Yoda says he has more training for Obi-Wan. They're on a ship in Revenge of the Sith. And I know that Yoda says, your master's found the way to, I forget the exact wording of the quote, but he's like, he's found the way to eternal life almost, or the afterlife. There's much training for you with Qui-Gon. Exciting stuff.
An old friend has learned the path to immortality.
I'm going to take a drink of my Smuggler soda. But that's why I believe Qui-Gon will show up. Now I know... Oh, I hit my camera. In the Clone Wars show, the Mortis trilogy, we see Qui-Gon as a Force ghost. It's exciting. It could set things up. But I think in the mythology, there's like... You can only hear Qui-Gon. I want to say Yoda hears Qui-Gon in Season 6 of Clone Wars, but he can't see him. So canonically, yes, I just said that word, I don't know if Qui-Gon has the ability to be seen as a Force ghost, but I wouldn't be shocked if we do see him as a Force ghost. I'm not the master on Force ghosts and the Force. I haven't studied it, so I don't know. Maybe he does exist as a Force ghost out there, but I know that he has the ability to communicate through the Force, even though he is dead in his human form. He is still with the Force, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I think that we're going to get... With the Obi-Wan show, I saw a TikTok. It was a great pitch for the opening of the show where we open dead silence. It's a desert, and what we see is like different shots. We see a shot of the twin suns, and then we zoom in to Obi-Wan, and then we see some boots, and then he takes off the hood, and it says Obi-Wan Kenobi show. That'd be dope. I wanted to open something like that, and Deborah Chow killed it with The Mandalorian. Especially season 1 when she directed the 3rd episode, which I really enjoyed. And I want to say she came back and did episode 7. I could be wrong. Let's look that up, actually. We're here for a reason. Let's go look it up on IMDb, actually, while we're here. And I'm awkwardly typing so I don't knock over my mic. But yeah, how are you doing? Let me know. It's like I'm on a Twitch live stream right now. By the way, Twitch plug. I play a lot of Lego Star Wars over there. You guys should definitely go follow me on Twitch at FilmStocked. I thoroughly enjoy Twitch. But let's see. Episode guide. So The Sin is Chapter 3 of The Mandalorian. And it's directed by... Deborah Chow. Boom. So I'm going to click her on IMDb. And then it's going to load. I also narrate things if you guys didn't notice. Yes, okay. Episode 7 and Episode 3. I was correct. Those are 2 of the best episodes of Season 1. And she's going to run the Kenobi show. Well, by the way, is it called Obi-Wan Kenobi? I wish it was just called Kenobi, but Obi-Wan Kenobi will suffice. But yeah, she directed those. She killed it. She's going to run Obi-Wan. I think that show's going to be badass, and I know that just based on what we've heard from Disney Investor Day, Obi-Wan goes on a journey. Like, he starts out on Tatooine, but then he goes on a journey of sorts. We'll see what the hell happens if Ahsoka's in that. That would be dope. I would love to see that reunion, because the last time we saw them is when they were all 3... No, actually, I think the last interaction Ahsoka and Obi-Wan had... I haven't finished Rebels, so I don't know if they have another one. I think it was when they were on Mandalore, and Obi-Wan... Obi-Wan hologrammed... Is that how you say that? Hologrammed. I always get them confused, and I'm not ashamed either. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not a Star Wars fan, because I messed up my words. I know that they communicate via hologram or holograph. And I always say them interchangeably. But we're going to get to the bottom of that right now. Hologram, Star Wars. Yeah, incoming hologram. So it was hologram. Hologrammed. Hologram. Holographic technology, but there's holograms. We're going with hologram. Let me know what you think in the comments. But either way, Obi-Wan reaches out to them. That's when he says, we're spying on Chancellor Palpatine. That's when he sees Rex. I think that's the last time we see them interact face to face. But there's obviously the scene of them before shit goes down where all 3, Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka, are on the ship. So, who knows? I just want to see them interact again. That would be pretty awesome. But yeah, as far as Kenobi goes, I'm excited. It's my most anticipated piece of media in general for the foreseeable future, like I said. And I don't know what's going to top that, honestly. It's Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, Han Solo is one of my favorite characters. When the Solo movie came out, I was down on Star Wars because of The Last Jedi. I wasn't feeling it. Not a lot of people were, and it wasn't even Harrison Ford. It was Alden Ehrenreich. So Ewan McGregor coming back to play the role, and Hayden, after they only got 2 movies in general, and Clones and Revenge of the Sith, and they're coming back after fudge. How long was that? If it's 2022, that's what? 17 years? Damn long time. So fans are going to be excited. It's going to shatter. If it was a movie, though, it would break records. But that's my spiel on Obi-Wan. Thoroughly excited for that. But aside from Obi-Wan, we got a Bad Batch trailer, which I do have a trailer reaction for. I'll put the link up above. Here or here somewhere. It doesn't matter. It's up top. The Bad Batch trailer. Pumped. Absolutely hyped for this. I think it's going to be badass, like I said in that trailer reaction, a lot. I said the word badass like 10 times, but I really do stand by that. The reason I'm excited for the show is, first of all, I think the Bad Batch characters, Clone Force 99 in Season 7 of Clone Wars, their 4 episodes are actually pretty intriguing, and it's great to see Echo, Echo back on the crew or whatever, because he was, like, being tortured by the Separatists for however long. Let's look that up right now, actually. I'm going to go to IMDb. It's not The Bad Batch, it's Star Wars The Bad Batch. Because there's apparently some movie called The Bad Batch. I looked it up earlier. From 2016, I don't remember that, though, so... The Bad Batch of elite and experimental clones make their way through an ever-changing galaxy in the immediate aftermath of the Clone Wars. That's the synopsis on IMDb. The poster is gorgeous, by the way. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to look up Echo real quick just because I want to make sure I'm not confusing any clones. I'm pretty sure Fives is the one who dies in Season 6, and he's the one that no one believes. And Echo is the one in Bad Batch. I don't have confidence when it comes to, like, misspeaking. I get, like, nervous. I'm like, I don't want to get corrected too much. So hopefully I got this right. We'll see. Yes, Echo. I was correct. Which I knew that all along because I said it originally. It's just I second-guess myself when it comes to movie facts or trivia because I'm like, I don't want to be that guy that gets it wrong. Like, if you're in here, I was on Movie Drafts, which is a series that I was on Fanatic Films channel. My friend Jack, definitely go subscribe. Great friend on YouTube and awesome content. Grinder as well, but... I'm a co-host on a show called Movie Drafts, and we were talking about the Oscars. We were talking about Lupita Nyong'o not getting nominated for Us, which came out in 2019. And this is just going to be a side rant. I'm going to keep this in. Came out in 2019, and I was like, oh, damn, it's a shame she didn't win or get nominated because who here has seen the movie The Wife? When Glenn Close got nominated, she was the favorite. I'm glad Olivia Colman won instead. And everyone kind of went silent. They were like, I hate to be that guy, but that's the wrong year. And I was like, damn, you're right. Thank you for calling me on that. Because in my mind, 2019 Oscars, like the ceremony in 2019 is for the 2018 movies. So I just messed that up in my head sometimes. Like I knew what I was talking about. I got the nominees correct. It was a different year. So I was like, I did it again. But yeah, Lupita Nyong'o should have been nominated, but that's a whole rant for another time, another place. Nonetheless, check out Movie Drafts episode 2 coming on Tuesday on his channel. Drink. The Bad Batch trailer, that's what we're talking about. It looks freaking sick. I mean, and the fact that we got this tidbit in the trailer of the Bad Batch being hunted, essentially, by the Empire because they, I guess, don't have the inhibitor chips. They're rebellious, I guess. I'm assuming they either never had inhibitor chips to begin with because of their special skill set, or they somehow removed it before Order 66, or removed it during Order 66, like we saw Rex do. Either way, we also see Captain Rex, so I think they're going to be in cahoots with Rex. He's not going to be the main focus, but he will be a part of this, trying to help them get away from the Empire, maybe. There's a little girl, I believe it's a girl. A little kid, we'll call them. A little kid who the Bad Batch kind of takes under their wing and looks like they're trying to rescue. And again, the episode opens on Kamino, or not the episode, the trailer opens on Kamino with Tarkin running tests on them. So I think that the bulk of this show, the overarching idea is Clone Force 99, the Bad Batch is on the run, and that's going to be it, but they might have little side missions here and there, kind of like in Mando or Clone Wars, where they might pit stop at a planet and have to do something there, take care of something to fix a ship, or get this piece of information, yada, yada, yada. You know how these animated shows work, so that's what I envision this show being, and I'm all here for it. I think we will see Ahsoka Tano at some point. She will not be a main focus, but hear me out. This is me being a fanboy and theorizing. How cool would it be to see Ahsoka and Vader fight? Now, I know, spoilers for Rebels, I guess. They fight in Rebels. Excuse me, Dr. Pepper carbonation. They fight in Rebels. It's so badass. You can't top that. But it would be cool for them to have at least a confrontation in the show. And I know it's not about them. The show is called The Bad Batch. But I was having a conversation with my friend. Made a damn good point he did. Why did I talk like Yoda there? Don't know. But he made a really good point. He said, before Rebels came out, no one would have thought with that name and the characters they promoted in Season 1 that we would ever really see Ahsoka and Vader fight. Probably the same for the Bad Batch. Honestly, the Bad Batch has a better chance of it because we know that it takes place in the aftermath of the Clone Wars. And Rebels, why the hell would we see Ahsoka and Vader, So it's a damn interesting point and a nice point of view that I honestly would have never thought that going into Rebels. And, we saw it, so anything's really possible. It is Star Wars. They surprised us with The Mandalorian Season 2, so again, anything is possible. If you haven't seen The Mandalorian Season 2, spoilers, but Luke Skywalker, Bo-Katan, and Ahsoka all show up, so you never know. You never know. Anything is possible. Hell, we could see Obi-Wan Kenobi for all we know. God knows. They might honestly use the Bad Batch to try and set up some small things for Kenobi. If Kenobi's going to go the route of taking place closer to the aftermath of Revenge of the Sith, do it. You already connect all the animated shows anyway, with Clone Wars characters showing up Mando, and you're filling in the gaps of Revenge of the Sith with season 7 of Clone Wars. Rebels characters show up and Mando. It's just like, I feel like they would be willing to do that and kind of use it as a promotion almost for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Again, that show doesn't need any promotion anyway, but you know what I'm trying to say. The Bad Batch is going to be awesome. Straight up, it's going to be an awesome, awesome show. I cannot wait for it. I will be doing watch parties. May 4th is the premiere, by the way. That was a big piece of news. 70-minute premiere. That's an hour and 10 minutes. That's a movie. That's longer than Christopher Nolan's first movie, or the same amount of time. I think it might be a few minutes longer. Crazy. I'll be doing a watch party here. Definitely, feel free to come by, hang out. 3 a.m., I believe, is when the episode drops. So we'll just be chilling. And then so that's on a Tuesday, May 4th. And then starting May 7th, they're going to drop the episodes every Friday. The only thing that causes an issue with is it could be a conflict of interest with Marvel once Loki shows up, because I believe the Bad Batch would be anywhere from 12 to 20 episodes, I'd say, because the animated shows always have at least 15 a season. But with an hour and 10-minute opening, that's like 3.5 episodes of Rebels. So it's really an interesting idea. I'm not sure how they're going to go about it. I'm all here for them doing a 12 to 18, 20 episode season of the Bad Batch. I would love to see it. I think most people would. Again, we will have to wait and find out, but that premiere is going to be hype. I cannot wait. I think my favorite member of the Bad Batch, if I remember correctly, was probably Crosshair. I think I really like him. Obviously, Hunter is cool. Tech. I'm going to look up the Bad Batch real quick to get the other guy's name. It's Wrecker. Wrecker, before I even have to see. Let's see. The Bad Batch names, Chris, come on. Why are they not showing me the names anyway? Interesting. Here we go. I think we might be onto something. I just want to get to make sure I got them all. Sergeant Hunter is the team's leader. Wrecker, Tech, Crosshair. Yeah, I got them all. Crosshair is my favorite. He's like the sniper. There's this really sick scene where he like places things on the wall and the bullets or the blasts go like diagonally. It's really cool. So Crosshair is probably my favorite. They all are really cool. And then Echo is in there as well. He joined the Bad Batch at the very end of season 7, episode 4, I guess, technically. So yeah. Which, by the way, if you watch the Clone Wars in order, why is the watch order for season 7? It annoys me. The watch order is watch the sisters episodes, like I forget their name. I want to say Martinez, but I know it's not Martinez. We're gonna look it up. Martinez. It's definitely close to that, but it's not Martinez. It's gonna anger me when I know that it's wrong. Like, and you guys are watching and probably like saying the name, like, oh no, it's this. Martez. Damn it, Martez. Trace and Rafa. Those are boring ass episodes. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. They're the worst of season 7. But canonically, the order, chronologically is the word I was looking for there. I like to say canon for some reason. Chronologically speaking, those take place before the Bad Batch episodes for some reason. However, they released the Bad Batch episodes first. I don't get it, but that's the way I watched it. So I suffered through the first 4 of season 4 to get to the Bad Batch and then the Siege of Mandalore arc, the 4 episodes, which is total badassery. I almost got an ice cube down my throat there. But yeah, I think that's going to conclude the Bad Batch trailer talk. Hype, beyond all hype. I know you guys are as well. What did you think of the trailer? Comment down below, let me know. I'm stoked, genuinely stoked for it. But that's the 2 massive announcements for Star Wars were those. I believe Clone Wars is now streaming on Disney Plus, the original micro-series that I talked about heavily on the last episode of Chris's Cantina. You guys should check that out if you haven't. It's a ton of fun. I own it on DVD, but it's on Disney Plus now, glorious HD. So they actually made a vintage Star Wars section in Disney Plus. It has like the Ewok specials they used to have. It's got a lot of cool stuff on there, so check it out. I highly recommend that. But that's gonna do it. So we did the intro. I made a Smuggler soda, Obi-Wan cast, Bad Batch trailer. Time for a Rebels update. So last we left off, I had a few left in season 3, I think. So we're just going to go right into it. Spoilers for Star Wars Rebels. I'll give you guys a timestamp when it's gone. Season 3 ended with a bang. There's an episode called Twin Suns where shit goes down, people. It goes down. Like, there's an... Good lord, the carbonation. There's a scene where we see Obi-Wan Kenobi. He comes back on Tatooine. Ezra goes to Tatooine to try and warn him of Maul, who is coming. And that's the episode where we finally get to see the iconic Kenobi! I can't emulate that. There he is back there. Darth Maul. We see him a lot in the season, but he actually, I'm just going to say it. He meets his demise. He dies. Tragic. But his character arc, it came to an end. He really started to lose his sanity. His obsession with Obi-Wan was real. Obi-Wan was just like, you know what, I'm going to take you out real quick. They had this fight where it's like setting up to be this epic thing, and then with one stroke of his saber, he basically takes him out. Obi-Wan. He kills him. He slices the lightsaber hilt in half and slices Maul and kills him. And he just lays there with him as he dies. And yeah, it was a beautiful episode, and it was great to see Maul finally die. Like, I love the character. He's one of the coolest in all of Star Wars, but his death was satisfying because it's like, okay, we're moving on from this character now. It shows that Obi-Wan is the real deal, and he's been wise beyond his years at this point on Tatooine, protecting Luke, watching over him, but he's also in tune with the Force, and I think it's going to be great to see in the Obi-Wan show him really gain that in-tuneness, like becoming one with the Force even further than he already was, because he's already so strong in Revenge of the Sith, but seeing that progression in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, I'm all here for. And it's going to be great to see scenes of him meditating. Maybe we get some Force scenes like, akin to Luke in not Vampire, Luke in Empire with Vader, where he sees Vader, or any of the Clone Wars flashbacks with Yoda when he's on Dagobah, you know what I'm talking about? Or when you have the Mortis trilogy, like all of that. I want more of that in the Kenobi show. That's some of the coolest stylistic choices in all of Star Wars, so I hope we get to see more of that in the Kenobi show. But then Rebels ends with obviously the Rebel base getting infiltrated. Thrawn is there. There's a lot of great action. They get Sabine back, and then I got into Season 4. I've actually seen the first few episodes of that. So Season 4, we actually see Bo-Katan return, which was very cool. She's a great character. Also, do you say Bo-Katan or Bo-Katan? Doesn't matter, because I've heard every Star Wars character say it either way. Sometimes I say Katan, sometimes I say Katan. Bo-Katan. I don't know. Bo-Katan might sound cooler, but I say Katan sometimes. I don't know. I'm weird. But my favorite thing about these first 2 episodes was we get more on Sabine, and we see that she created this weapon of destruction, and then she ends up turning it on the Empire, essentially, but not going as far as the Empire. She doesn't ever fully make that turn to be like the Empire. And another great thing about Season 4 is, of course, we get more backstory on Mandalore, which is some of the richest history in all of Star Wars. I really enjoy all of that. But, of course, as a Mandalorian fan who had not seen Rebels before, it grows my appreciation for the history and lore of the Darksaber, which I've been fond of through Clone Wars. But seeing them bring that back in here in Rebels and then tying it into the Mandalorian, it's all like filling in the gaps now. In the Mandalorian, it was always jarring to me how in that last episode, why would Bo-Katan not just accept the Darksaber from Mando? Because at the end of end of episode 2 of Season 4, Sabine just gives the Darksaber to Bo-Katan. And it's like, so this whole entire backstory of you have to win it in combat to be the rightful owner and to have a true claim to Mandalore. It's just like, how much weight does that really hold? Now, again, maybe I'm misinterpreting this. I know this is a common complaint, and there could be a book on it or something canonical on it. But to me, it's just like, I feel like that doesn't hold as much weight as we think. Because it was clearly emphasized in the Clone Wars Season 5 when Darth Maul fights Pre Vizsla, and he kills him, and then he becomes the ruler of Mandalore, and he has the Darksaber. And then Maul kind of disappears after he gets electrocuted by Palpatine. We don't see him. He's like running the criminal underworld, and then he can sense Ahsoka's presence, and then that's when they fight. But the Darksaber is not even there. The Darksaber comes back in Rebels. So the way that they wrote all of this blows my mind, because Season 7 of Clone Wars came out in 2020, but they still refer to the Siege of Mandalore and Rebels, which came out in like 2014, 15, 16, 17. So I guess that Filoni must have had that season like written in its entirety. I don't know. I've never looked into that actually, but it's damn good writing either way, and it's very clever the way they make it seamless. Either way, the Darksaber shows up when they go back to Dathomir, and we see they go to Dathomir because they want to get the rest of the ritual or whatever, so they can figure out how to destroy the Sith, and Maul can figure out what he wants, which is Obi-Wan. But when they go there, we see the Darksaber, and that's where Sabine takes it. The Darksaber gets to Sabine, and then that's when Sabine goes into the training. This is all in Season 3, I want to say. So we see all that go down. I'm just getting on a rant on the Darksaber, so that is important. We see all that go down. And then the Darksaber returns. Again, Sabine has it. And I guess at this point, Maul is out of the picture. He doesn't care about it. So Sabine has it, and she's trying to be the rightful owner. But then the whole Gar Saxon and Saxon clan thing comes up, and he like steals the Darksaber. So he's then got it and thinks he has the claim. But then Sabine has to fight him and win it in combat to truly gain it. It's all a little muddled to me how much weight that truly holds at this point. But either way, the importance is Bo-Katan receives it after the beginning of Season 4. Sabine gives it to her, so she has it, and I don't know. I think that's going to be the end of the Darksaber for Rebels. And then obviously time jump to the Mandalorian. Moff Gideon has it, and I guess that means that he won it in combat over her at some point. And then Mando defeats Moff Gideon in combat and has it, and he can't just give it to Bo-Katan. So I don't know. It gets a little muddled in my opinion. That's the only issue I have with it, but it's a dope-ass backstory, and it's a very cool weapon, and it holds a lot of meaning. It's just how are they going to go about writing it? I feel like they might have written themselves into a hole, so we'll have to see how it plays out in Season 3 of The Mandalorian. I really hope that Mando keeps it, but at the same time I understand Bo-Katan probably is the better ruler for Mandalore because Mando doesn't really give a damn about them. So there's that. That's basically my long-winded talk on my Rebels update. And then I watched the episode where Saw Gerrera's there, and I haven't finished it. So that's where I've gotten. I still have to finish Season 4. I know I'm a slacker for not finishing it by now. There's only like 12 episodes left, which is not that long. It's a few hours of my day, 3 hours. So I got to finish it this weekend. It is Easter weekend, so it's a little busy for me personally. I'll be spending some time with family. But I'll finish it eventually. Don't worry. I'll finish it eventually. But we are at about the 33-minute mark. I think that was a pretty good discussion. I mean, I got to talk about Obi-Wan, gush about it. I got to gush about the Bad Batch. I gave you guys a Rebels update. I will say there's other news, and then I will wrap this thing with a quote, which I'll think of off the top of my head. Does that disgust you, that noise, or do you like it? Let me know in the comments. Me drinking, but, Ember cases, by the way. Ember cases. What was I going to say? Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga video game delayed again. It was supposed to come out in spring sometime. There was no release date announced, but it got delayed again, which is unfortunate because I was looking forward to Twitch streaming that because Twitch streaming is so much fun. You can follow me there at Filmstocked. I do a lot of Twitch streams. I replayed Fallen Order. I'm now playing through the complete saga, Lego Star Wars. Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga. I don't know why I said that in weird order. But it's a ton of fun. I played it growing up, at least. Here's my story real quick. I played the prequel trilogy, which was just called Lego Star Wars, the game. It had 1, 2, and 3 on it. Phantom Menace, Clones, Revenge of the Sith. I played that on GameCube. And then I got the original trilogy and played it on GameCube. And I actually had the original, or the complete saga on DS. I just never really played it because it was DS. Like, I didn't really care. But I'm playing through it now on Xbox, and I've played through the first 5 movies. So I just have to finish Return of the Jedi, which I'll probably do this weekend, honestly. Maybe the day you're watching this video, maybe the day before you're watching this video, who knows. But I'm very excited to get into that. It's going to be great. It's going to be... I'm talking about the Skywalker Saga now. I can't wait for that. And if they have like downloadable content for Rogue One, Solo, and Mando, that'd be even better. But we'll have to be patient. We'll have to wait even longer because it's delayed again indefinitely. I don't think they have a date, so... No one knows when that game is coming out, but it's going to be amazing when it does. I just hope that it isn't the same exact layout as the original games. It would be fun to speedrun because I know the layout of them, but I hope the graphics are improved, which is obviously they're going to be. But it would be cool if they just added some differences to the originals. We haven't seen Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker in Lego form. I played the Lego Force Awakens game, but we haven't seen Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker, which I'm excited for. So there's that, but I think that pretty much does it for all the Star Wars news of the week. It does it for all my Rebels and personal Star Wars updates. Again, Twitch is a great place if you want to connect with me. I'm very much building the community over there. I have a blast doing it. Dr. Pepper, Smuggler Soda. I might have to cut that out. Smuggler Soda time. Yeah, I'm not editing this. Like, again, this is just hang out. Like, the fact that I pause or stutter, I don't really care because it's just like a podcast style video, and that's natural to talk like that. So, pause, normal. But yeah, that's pretty much it. What if I ended it like pretty much it? No, I won't do that. That's basically the entire episode of Chris's Cantina. We'll end on a positive note with a quote because I'm starting to feel hopeful. I don't know if you guys are, but I'm feeling hopeful. Everything's starting to look better when the movie industry, theaters, looks like they're starting to open back up. Godzilla vs. Kong is smashing it at the box office, so fingers crossed. We have a full blockbuster summer with Black Widow, with Top Gun 2, A Quiet Place 2, Cruella, just a bunch of movies that just kill it, light it up at the box office, and get the movie industry reinvigorated, re-sparked. I want it all. The summer is bright because we've got a bunch of Disney Plus content too with Loki and The Bad Batch. So that's going to do it for episode 2 of Chris's Cantina. Definitely hit the like button. Comment down below your thoughts on everything that I talked about. How hyper you feel Obi-Wan? What'd you think of the Bad Batch trailer again? I have a video for the Bad Batch trailer. Follow me on Twitch at Filmstucked. And if you like this and want to see more, definitely hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Check out Ember Cases. They have some sick stuff over there, especially Star Wars content. But that's pretty much going to do it. I'll finish off my Smuggler Soda real quick. Cheers, and may the Force be with you, always.